Yo, what's good guys? It's your host, the one and only Sage D Samurai here, back with another part 2 What If Naruto Had Gogeta's Powers. It's been a while since I last made a what if on this channel, and that's mostly due to the fact that I had come across some personal events that prevented me from doing so, but here I am now. And I'd like to thank you guys for the support that you guys been showing me, even though I've not been on the channel for a while now, as you guys are truly the pinnacle of greatness, as you guys support someone who has probably one of the worst what if upload schedules that you guys probably have seen. So thank you for that. Another thing I would like to tell you guys is I made an announcement on my Great Zage channel, and I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of some information. I will no longer be posting the videos as well as like continue on the series that are on there on my Great Zage channel. I will not be posting on it no more. And all the series that I've been, that has been on Great Zage shall be posted on here. So that means, what if Luffy had Sunshine? What if Issei had Mom's powers? What if Asta had the Ten Tails powers? All those different series shall now be posted on here. So if you guys see me post more often, and I be posting like these different series that came out of nowhere, now you guys know. Now, let me go ahead and give it to the people who have been on this channel and never checked out those series. I'll be putting the playlist not only on Great Zage, but I'll also be playing it here. So you guys can watch the whole entire series of it. The whole entire one. Don't worry about it. As literally, I'll have the playlist here. Just click on it. Click on the very first episode. It will continue auto-playing all the episodes for you. And there, you guys don't even have to do that much. But besides all that, guys, thank you very much for just being here on this journey with me, as we're now going ahead and entering this part, because I feel like I've been talking long enough. So why don't we go ahead and get started?
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do?
Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started with this what if. So we now start off this what if where we left off. After the Tsunade retrieval arc, Naruto and Jiraiya had successfully retrieved Tsunade after Naruto pretty much defeated her in battle. Now let me remind you, she was not at full strength, so it was pretty obvious that Naruto was going to defeat her right now. Also, they also had a run-in with Orochimaru, with Naruto honestly mollywopping Kabuto. However, luckily Kabuto had still survived, incredibly luckily. And also, him and Orochimaru got away, with Orochimaru swearing vengeance on the young Jinchuriki for foiling his plans. As well as he also promised Naruto that he was planning to get his body. Yeah, it's just the fact that Orochimaru was really weird, dude. I mean, they could have phrased that way better, but still, Jesus. But back to it. Eventually, we ended up seeing Naruto as well as Tsunade, and, well, as well as the entire group, really, as they all returned back to Hidden Leaf Village. And this is where we're now going to start the part. So after retrieving Tsunade, of course, they went ahead and pretty much show her around, give her the whole gist of being the Hokage role. At this, Naruto had also asked Tsunade for help on, trying to heal up the people that were there, as there were still some people that got injured during their battles, of course. At this, Tsunade, of course, agrees to this, as she decides to go off. And this is where we actually end up turning to Sasuke, who still is, knocked out because of his fight with Itachi. At this, when she sees Sasuke eventually, she ends up healing him, of course, just like in canon, to which Sasuke would recover, but he looked as if he was just out of it. This dude looked like he went through a very hellish time period. At this, Naruto pondered just what did Sasuke see, but before he really got the chance, he decided to, continue walking next to Tsunade, as he still wanted to spend time with her, because like I said, Naruto and Tsunade's bond was much more closer than canon, mostly due to the fact that Naruto had accepted that he sees her as a mother figure. So after a while of Naruto doing nothing more but accompany Tsunade, which is mostly just Naruto, helping Konohamaru over his issue that his grandfather passed away, because Naruto's, that big brother, he will go ahead and eventually revisit Sasuke, only to see Sakura there taking care of him. At this, Naruto wonders wonders how Sasuke is doing, so he walks up to him. However, this is when Sasuke would actually slap away the apples that, of course, Sakura was trying to feed him. At this, he'll get up as he turns to Naruto, declaring that he wants to challenge him to a fight. At this, Naruto then smirks. Sasuke, trust me, as much as I would like to fight you, you're in no condition. As me being the higher ranking shinobi here, I have no choice but to command you to go back to bed. At this, Naruto had taken his responsibilities as a Chunin more seriously, since in this timeline, well, Like I said, this Naruto was, well, still similar to how he was, but like more carefree, more relaxed, as well as more serious. He was more mature pretty much. At this, Sasuke goes ahead and scoffs, telling Naruto to get off his pedestal, as into Sasuke's eyes, Naruto was looking at him as if he was inferior, all because of a dumb rank that he got. At this, Naruto narrows his eyes as he tells Sasuke again, this time using authority, stating Sasuke's name as well as his ranking to go to bed. Getting Sasuke Uchiha, I demand you return back to your hospital bed. At this, hearing the tone that Naruto was speaking to him just pissed off Sasuke even more. As if you guys don't know, which I highly doubt it, but still, if you guys don't know, Sasuke had both an inferiority complex and a superiority complex. It's sort of weird, but I mean, heck, when your brother goes ahead and slaughters most of your clan, I mean, of course you're gonna end up getting messed up in the head afterwards. But moving on. At this, Sasuke goes ahead and gets angry as he goes and tries to grab Naruto by the, by the scarf of his shirt, only for Naruto to easily dodge Sasuke, grab his hand as well as pin him down onto the bed. At this, Sasuke tries to get up, but Naruto is way too strong as he tells him to calm down. At this, Sasuke would scream at Naruto to let him go, but Naruto doesn't do anything. He says, I'm sorry Sasuke, but you made me no choice. At this is when Naruto would then suddenly hit Sasuke at a certain point in the neck, causing him to fall unconscious, as he would then tuck him back into bed. Yep, I prevented the whole fight because honestly, like I said, Naruto's more mature than this, and it wouldn't really make any sense for a Chunin to face off against a Genin after he just recovered from an injury. Like, that does not be shown as responsible. So after this, Naruto then turns to Sakura as he apologized for her for the inconvenience, to which Sakura just thanks Naruto for taking care of Sasuke, because currently right now in Sasuke's mental state, he could honestly cause injury to people that are nearby him. At this, Naruto looks down as he actually wonders if maybe he should talk to Tsunade about this, as these sightings as well as this incident, it could end up leading to much worse. So with that being said, Naruto would of course pick up everything as he would then leave, eventually as soon as Kakashi would actually enter the room to check on Sasuke. So we now move forward as we change scenes to where we see Tsunade, who currently is by her desk after she pretty much announced to everyone that she was going to become the next Hokage. As after that, she was filled with a bunch of paperwork, to which she just sighs, gosh dang it. At this is when Naruto would then actually knock on her door, causing her to of course allow him to enter. As when Naruto enters, he sees the paperwork as he ends up telling Tsunade, you could just use a clone jutsu for that. At this, Tsunade looks at Naruto for a few moments until she literally just gives him a hug, until finally she summons her own shadow clones to do it. Now, I know in the anime they pretty much make it to where the clones like have that sort of like normal personality, but I think that's mostly due to the fact they try to make it more of a comedic effect, because if clones have they have to obey the person who created them. But back to it. So then I would see her clones do her work for her as she relaxed, taking a cup of sake, as this is when she actually turns to Naruto asking him what he was here for. At this, Naruto begins to explain about Sasuke's condition as well as the incident that had occurred. As Naruto, honestly, it didn't feel right. After all, Naruto had realized that Sasuke had an encounter with his brother, the person who aka murdered his entire clan, so he sort of knew that Sasuke must not have been in the right mind. At this, Tsunade actually takes this into consideration as she asks Naruto will this hinder his ability as a shinobi. At this, Naruto was now sort of, honestly, might have to put Sasuke on some sort of probation. As to honestly, after Sasuke's encounter with Itachi, he realized that he became sort of aggressive. Even though he just woken up, it was enough to tell Naruto about everything. As well as the fact that he had a conversation with, Kurama about the Sharingan. And although Naruto knows that Kurama does not exactly like Sharingans, because whenever he talked to him about Sasuke, the things just, it didn't really flow good with the tailed beast. So with that being said, Naruto had opened his mouth as he finally gave in his input. Back with Sasuke, he was not really doing very well, as he was currently literally just glaring at pretty much nothing. He had just been, of course, allowed to leave the hospital, as he just had a little bit of soreness, that's it, but other than that, he was allowed to leave. And due to that, he was currently back in his apartment, glaring angrily at the wall, wondering how did things turn out like this. He remembered Naruto being like this bubbling fool back in the academy, and I mean before Naruto got the transformation as well as the realization of his powers. So of course he didn't understand how was Naruto this strong. At this, he gets angry as he sees an image of Naruto just appearing in his mind as he slams his fist into the wall, leaving a decent crack onto it. At this, he glares angrily at nothingness until suddenly this is when he would then hear a knock at the door. At this, Sasuke would open it to reveal actually a bunch of shinobis that were there, as this one suddenly Sasuke was then handed an envelope as they would then vanish. This was of course Yambu. At this, Sasuke goes ahead and actually opens it, and what he reads causes Sasuke to literally almost blow a gasket. The note ends up in stating that Sasuke is actually going to be on probation from being a shinobi, after a member of the Shinobi's alliance ends up saying that Sasuke needs a mental evaluation. Pretty much stating that Sasuke can no longer be an active shinobi right now until he's checked. This would cause Sasuke to flip his lid, as he begins to wonder who would do this to him, only to remember Naruto. At this, he gets angry. That idiot, how dare he? As he goes ahead and glares angrily until finally he ends up leaving his apartment. At this, we will see him now actually standing nearby a pond as well as a rock, as he goes ahead and uses Chidori over and over again as he begins to train until nightfall. His hatred for the blonde idiot had grown too far to the extent where he hated Naruto. He could say with all honesty, as into Sasuke's eyes, Naruto was interfering in his goals of finally killing Itachi. But finally, in this certain day, he was not going to let it slide anymore. As this is when, after training who knows how long, Sasuke was just wandering about, as he realized that tomorrow he was going to have to get the mental evaluation. As he glares angrily again at the thought of Naruto, what he did, this one suddenly he would then hear a bunch of voices coming from behind. This was the Sound Force. They had just recently arrived to sort of get Sasuke on their side. At this, Sasuke seeing them would go glare angrily at them as he then says, "I'm not in the mood." Now at this, not really much changes from the canon here, as the Sound Four actually try to influence Sasuke, stating that their master wants him to join, as well as the fact they promise him to give him power. Sasuke of course scoffs at the idea though, as I would say this time though Sasuke was more willing to listen, but like still he was pretty reluctant about it. So at this, he will still face off against the Sound 4 and get his ass handed to, and I'll say this time much quicker since Sasuke didn't really have the curse mark. So Sasuke, down on his luck, realizing that now this was probably the only way for him to attain power. He didn't need no mental evaluation, he had a goal, and that was to take down Itachi, and this village was not giving him everything he needed. So with that, Sasuke had decided that he will continue and decided that he would join the Sound 4 and join Orochimaru. After all, if this village did not want him, then he doesn't need them. So with that being said, Sasuke would pack everything, so he would end up leaving. I'll say, unlike in this timeline, Sakura did not have that bad feeling of Sasuke leaving, mostly because him and Naruto didn't have that big argument. I mean, sure, there was that like small little clash, but that didn't really matter, so Sakura was not really there to stop him, and so Sasuke just ended up leaving the village, leave everything behind. As this is now, we enter the Sasuke Retrieval. So with this, we end up seeing Naruto currently next day, as he ends up waking up, putting on his Jonin vest, as he would end up walking out. Of course, doing the daily exercise of him training with Kurama, Guy, as well as meditating, of course, because Naruto really needs that. He would eventually end up getting called by an Anbu member, saying that the Hokage requires him. At this, Naruto would nod, as this is when he would then use a new technique, as this is where he would put 2 fingers onto his forehead, as he would then just teleport right then and there. He was so fast that it actually surprised the Anbu, but he would also body flicker as well. Now this was like the teleportation thing that Goku does. I decided to go ahead and give it to him because, I mean, shoot, it's either that or the body flicker. Either way, he was going to learn how to do it eventually. At this, eventually arriving at said base, this is when Naruto would actually see that it was no one except for him and Shikamaru. At this, Naruto was confused, as this is when he would then turn to Tsunade, as she would give Naruto the rundown of a report, stating that Sasuke had left the village. Of course, hearing this, Naruto goes ahead and nods as he has a grieved expression, as he knew that the Uchiha had already not been in the right mental state, so him escaping now would probably be very dangerous, especially to people who are nearby him. At this, he asked if there was any clue or anything, to which they would say no, except there was a distinct smell of snakes that were in the area, as they used the shinobi dogs to try to find out. Hearing this, Naruto can only come to one conclusion: Orochimaru. So with that being said, Tsunade would go ahead and tell both of them to find a team and form one to go find Sasuke, to which Naruto and Shikamaru will both agree to. So with that, this is where we then see the same Konoha team to be formed, as it's still the 5-man squad. As this is when we would then see, of course, Sakura appear, as this is when she begs Naruto to get Sasuke's back. I would also state that in this one, Lee would join the team as well, because, you know, I already knew Lee was going to eventually join them, but I would say this time Lee was more included, considering the fact that he didn't have that fatal leg injury. So with that being said, the Konoha team was formed, and they all looked extremely badass right now. Like, if I was able to draw this, it would look badass. But anyway, moving on. So the group would of course chase after the Sound 4 with Kiba being the center of the group, as he was sort of smiling out for the Sound 4. Luckily, it seems like they were actually catching up to them, as they were not that far away from the village. So with that, they would go ahead and pick up the pace, as this one suddenly they would then be surrounded by a ginormous wall of just earth, as this is when we would then see Jirobo, the first member of the Sound 4, as Choji, of course being the mad lad that he was, would eventually stay behind to take him down, because you know, Choji do be the mad lad of the group during this moment, ain't gonna lie. So with that being said, the rest of the group was now left to face off against, you know, members of the Sound 4. I would say not really much changes from the canon here. Well, except for the fact that I'm gonna do something, okay? This might be really risky, and also it may cause me to forget eventually, because moving on. But I'll say this, Naruto actually ends up supplying the people who are left behind to fight the Sound 4, he ends up supplying them with a boost of energy. Thanks to Naruto's control over his ki, as well as the control over his chakra, Naruto has learned to sort of maneuver his ki to a point where he's able to give people a sort of temporary boost of energy. Now this does not mean they automatically have ki, no, but I am saying that they have like a sort of all-around stat boost as soon as Naruto gives them a supply. So with that means the members that are facing the Sound 4 will have a much easier chance at facing them, as we will eventually see to when Naruto arrives at facing off against Kumado, not Kumado, but this is when they will eventually get to the casket. And when they end up doing so, we will end up seeing Sasuke of course burst out of there like in canon, but I would say something is different. So you know how before Orochimaru was not able to get the curse mark on Sasuke, I'll say this time the Orochimaru taught the Sound 4 how to make this artificial curse mark. It's not as powerful as the one that he creates, but this time it's at least enough to give Sasuke the temporary boost, although not a lot of it, as Orochimaru needs to be there to give him the full curse mark version. So with that small bit of boost, Sasuke will go ahead and turn to the group. As he sees Naruto, he will get an insane smirk as he then says, "Leave Naruto to me. I want to face the idiot myself." Naruto looks at Sasuke with a look of pity, which pisses off Sasuke even more. But this is when, of course, Kumado of course tells Sasuke that he needs to leave, or else he's literally like, there's no way he's gonna be able to face them, and he needs to get to Orochimaru. But Sasuke tells him to shut up. As this is when suddenly Naruto would then step up, telling Sasuke that he needs to return back to the village. As this is when Sasuke would then scoff, telling Naruto to stop being all high and mighty, and that him is nowhere near to his strength now. Now, like I said, Sasuke was pretty much filled up by the power of this, artificial curse mark, so he felt relatively strong. Not as strong as he was in canon, but strong enough, as he would go ahead and actually scoff at Naruto's claims. But this is when suddenly we'll then see Kimimuro. Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. Kimimaru? Oh yeah, that's how you say it, Kimimaru. As he would actually appear right then and there. At this, he goes ahead and tells him that Orochimaru will be waiting for Sasuke now, and if Sasuke doesn't go soon, that his offer was gonna leave him. At this, Sasuke looks at Kimimaru, glaring at him, to which Kimimaru would of course reciprocate, with both of them staring down at each other. Eventually, Sasuke reluctantly agrees as he dashes off to Orochimaru, while Naruto gets angry. Dang it! As he goes ahead and actually jumps, trying to get to Sasuke this way, and Kimimaru would then get in the way, causing Naruto and him to actually go to sort of the ginormous playing field. Now at this point, I would say that Lee would also end up, interjecting now, as he would be the one to face off against Kimimaru just like in canon. So it would be Lee, Taijutsu versus Kimimaru, who's like the bone guy, if you guys do not know who I'm talking about. As this would eventually end up leading to the final conclusion, that being Naruto versus Sasuke. And finally arriving at the end valley, Naruto would look around the entire canyon to see Sasuke, who is actually not moving at all. He was literally at the center of the ginormous, I would say lake? Yeah. So at the ginormous lake. As this is when he would then turn to Naruto. Finally, those nuisances won't get in my way now. As Sasuke had pretty much pretended to go to Orochimaru, as he knew Orochimaru would not give him up. After all, he is the one who promised him power. As this is when Sasuke then turns to Naruto, pretty much talking a bunch of shit, as he's pretty much going all in. Like, this man is going in and out of town, calling Naruto a dead last loser. And it didn't matter how much times he think he got smarter, how much time he thought that dumb tuning rank mattered, Sasuke was still better than him. At this, Naruto was listening to all this with a straight face. As this when he then sighs, Sasuke, I'll give you one more chance. Return back to the Hidden Leaf Village, or face the consequences. At this, Sasuke goes ahead and does something surprising as he would again hack up a bunch of spit as he shoots at Naruto's shinobi forces, pretty much mirroring them in his saliva, as he then says, fuck off. At this, Naruto looks at Sasuke dead seriously and says, I hope you're happy with your decision, Sasuke. As this is when Naruto then gets into his battle stance. At this, a dominating aura is then shot out, causing a bunch of the warriors to actually push away from Naruto as he was staring down Sasuke. At this, Sasuke would feel the immense aura shooting at him with wide eyes until he then smiles. Yes, this is exactly what I'm waiting for. As this is when he will then reveal his Tsutomori Sharingan in both eyes. At this, no one said anything as they stared down at each other, until they then vanish, appearing at the center as Naruto and Sasuke would then clash fists. At this, a big boom was shot out, causing a bunch of the warriors to be to be pushed away from them. However, this is when Sasuke would then reel back in pain as his knuckles were hurting. What? As this is when Naruto would then kick Sasuke in the stomach, not giving him a chance to even react to it. At this, Sasuke goes ahead and coughs up some blood as he gets sent flying, but he was able to recover, doing a backflip as he used his chakra to stick to the ginormous wall of Hashirama. At this, he stares down at Naruto and yells, "Damn you, Naruto!" as he ends up shooting off a bunch of fireball jutsus at Naruto. Seeing these ginormous fireballs, Naruto then scoffs, as this is when done, he will then shoot out 3 ki blasts as he goes ahead and reciprocates the fireballs. At this, seeing Naruto shoot out these balls of energy so easily and destroy his ginormous fireballs, Sasuke could not believe his eyes. He what? As this is when Naruto then says, pay attention, as he appears right next to Sasuke. At this, Sasuke looks at Naruto in surprise as Naruto would grab Sasuke by the head and slam his head into the canyon even further, causing Sasuke to grit his teeth in pain. However, Naruto was not done as he then throws Sasuke all the way up into the air, as Sasuke, who was still in a daze after Naruto had hit him hard, would actually look up only to see Naruto approaching him much faster as he then gut punched Sasuke hard in the stomach. At this, Sasuke feels that, this man spit out his entire lunch as Naruto would then toss Sasuke down into the lake. Naruto was not playing. He had a mission and he was going to finish it. As this is when Naruto would of course hop down, he would then begin to slowly walk over to Sasuke, who was trying to get up. This didn't have to end like this, Sasuke. You could have been something, but then you decided to rely against someone who killed the third Hokage. As such, I have no choice but to rebuttal against you and take you back to the Hidden Leaf Village. However, this is when Sasuke would actually open up as he shouts at Naruto to stop doing it, as he hated when Naruto talks as if he was special, as if he was someone, as to his eyes, Naruto was a nobody. As this is when Sasuke begins to reveal his inferiority complex to Naruto pretty much, as he begins to state everything, Naruto's achievements, all of it, as in his eyes, Naruto was actually thinking that he was above him on everything. He was trying to make Sasuke look bad, and he couldn't handle it. He would scream at Naruto every single time he ever thought about him, on the mission, at the land of the waves, everything. While Naruto can do nothing more but silently stay there as he listens to Sasuke's rant. At this, Sasuke eventually opens his eyes and says, I hate you. As this is when Sasuke begins to pretty much tell Naruto all the times he thought that Naruto was looking down at him, to which Naruto can do nothing more but look at Sasuke. However, instead of feeling sympathy, Naruto felt pure rage as he listens to Sasuke rant. As this is when Naruto finally had enough as he didn't speak up. Shut up already, you big crybaby, Naruto would shout as he glares angrily at Sasuke. Kuruma's chakra influencing him as he has red slits now on where his blue eyes were. At this scene, the Sasuke gasps as he actually sees a silhouette of the Nine Tails behind Naruto, as the water was really pushing away from Naruto. Bro, this man was flexing hard. Oh, look at me, I'm little Sasuke Uchiha complaining what, because life didn't give me everything on a silver platter? Get over yourself. As Naruto ends up telling Sasuke his side of the story, how he had to work tooth and nail for everything he had in life. Life didn't give him everything that he wanted. Heck, life took away more than they gave. And Naruto got the worst results. Alright? He was born into a world where pretty much everyone had disliked him for something that he did. He had no cause whatsoever. And even worse, he had no parents. He had no one to stand beside him except for the third Hokage, who, might I add you, barely did anything in the first place. So for Sasuke to go here on a rant talking about how life is unfair to him, Naruto makes Sasuke remember that he had nothing to begin with. However, there was one big difference between both Naruto and Sasuke. As unlike Sasuke, Naruto never complained about everything. Instead, he took it all with face value as he kept on moving forward, not letting life to beat him down. And this is when Naruto finally begins to speak up about how he was better than Sasuke. First things first, I'm faster than you, Naruto would say as he spit blitzed Sasuke, appearing right in front of him as he then decks him in the head with a punch, sending him flying up in the air. I'm also stronger than you, Naruto would say as he would eventually end up appearing behind Sasuke as he would knee him in the back, causing Sasuke to be sent flying even further, slamming into the Madara statue now. As this is when Naruto would then say, I'm all around better than you, Sasuke. That's the thing you never realized. I never had to look down upon you because I already knew I was always greater than you. You never caught my eyes, you never had my attention to begin with, because in my eyes, I once thought that you were similar to me, but now I see the real you, a spoiled brat who went ahead and looked at life, saw that it was not giving him everything he wanted, and eventually ran away. At this, Naruto looks at Sasuke, who right now was beaten, as Sasuke had tried to rely on the curse mark. However, sadly, it was not giving him enough power to stand up to Naruto. And before I end up hearing some comments like, bro, Sasuke would be able to do this. Nah, bro, Sasuke would not be able to beat Naruto right now. Because, dude, this man was the same one who literally injured Orochimaru and actually did lasting amount of damage on him. As Naruto was walking over to Sasuke to finally return him back to the village, as Sasuke at this point, after taking the beating that he got, as well as listening to Naruto's speech, had finally fallen unconscious, unable to move anymore. So with that, Naruto had gone ahead and tried to take Sasuke back to the village with him, but this one suddenly Naruto would then feel something off. What? As this when Naruto would then have to jump away as multiple of these needles shot out of nowhere, as this when Naruto would then look down. At this, he will see 4 individuals in masks, as they all had appeared out of nowhere, as this when Naruto was then surrounded by 4 more individuals. Wait, what? At this, Naruto gets into a fighting stance, preparing for battle, but this when suddenly the other 4 that were hiding would then appear as well, as he actually rushed over to get Sasuke as they end up getting out of there. What? At this, Naruto would look around, as this when suddenly he would then see, as one of the guys were actually jumping in the air. This is when Naruto was able to read the signature, as he then says, Kabuto, you son of a... As this is when we would then see a faint amount of hair, of gray hair, that was just going ahead and flowing through the wind. As we see someone smirking behind his mask, we see it's Kabuto, who smirks at this. So apparently, as we now turn to Orochimaru's point of view, to Orochimaru, after his encounter with Naruto, he realized that if his plan to get Sasuke, if he wanted it to succeed, he needed to make extra preparations. The Sound 4 was strong, but compared to Naruto, he knew they wouldn't stand a chance. So this is when he would then order his right-hand man, Kabuto, as well as he orders him to call a little bit more of his subordinates. As in order for this plan to truly succeed, they're going to need as much help as they can get. At this, as Naruto sees Kabuto jumping through the air, as well as the rest of the group, as they're taking Sasuke, Naruto can only do one thing. Dang, I have to hit him soon, if else he's going to get away. As this is when Naruto would then suddenly blow back a ginormous amount of aura, shooting off, sending the other 4 members that were surrounding him flying. As this is when Naruto would then charge up a beam, the Kamehameha wave. At this, as Kabuto was flying, he would then sense the energy as Naruto was charging it up. I won't let you get away, Naruto would shout. As of course, while doing this, Naruto would also accidentally end up adding a little bit of the Tail Beast chakra into it, causing the Kamehameha wave almost look similar to the Vermilion Rasengan, as it now had like this reddish and purplish like aura surrounding it, as well as the blue turned into a purple. As this is when Naruto would then shoot out the Kamehameha wave, plus with the Tail Beast chakra, which ended up getting sent flying. As suddenly this beam was so powerful, it was able to be seen from a very far away distance, as we see a ginormous line of nothing more but pure destruction coming from the beam. At this, Naruto was now searching around, trying to sense for Kabuto, as Naruto could already tell he had taken down 75% of Kabuto's men. As this when suddenly, as coming from a smoke, he would then see Kabuto down on the ground. However, half of his mask was of course burned off, as well as the fact that he got scathed pretty badly. He was barely able to dodge it, but he still felt some heat from the hit, causing him to get burnt pretty badly. As he glares daggers at Naruto. "We will meet again, Uzumaki," he swears, as he goes and picks up Sasuke's body, which he had protected using his own body, of course, as he goes and jumps off. As Naruto sees this, he goes ready to chase after them. But this is when, by then, we will then see Kakashi, as well as, just Kakashi, as he was so far the only Jonin I remember who had, arrived on time. Well, not on time, but, just arrived. As he would look around to see the destruction, as well as he sees Naruto. At this, Naruto goes ahead and looks at Kakashi, causing him to be momentarily distracted, as he would then turn to the area where Sasuke was, only to see he was gone. "Damn it," Naruto would say. So we now turn to the next, we now move scenes, as we now see Naruto, who currently right now is, looking down. He had failed his mission. To retrieve Sasuke Uchiha, he had failed. However, Naruto was not disappointed, because unlike Shikamaru, unlike this time in the main timeline, Naruto was actually able to make sure that his teammates never got injured that badly. Sure, they had a couple of bruises here and there, and sure, they might go ahead and be walking for a little bit, like with a limp or something. But other than that, they're not like any life-threatening injuries. None of them got that injured, as Naruto had supplied them with a temporary boost of ki, boosting up, their normal stats to the point where they're able to fight even better. So Naruto was able to keep the injured down to a minimum. Also, Naruto technically did defeat Sasuke. It was the fact that Kabuto got in the way. So there's that. As Naruto was right now there, he would end up giving the report to Tsunade, to which Tsunade, of course disappointed by the results, would have no choice but to mark Sasuke as a missing nin, considering the fact that he technically turned away from the village voluntarily. I can't talk right. Either way, at this though, Naruto would actually begin to realize that even though he is growing stronger, he still has limits. And Naruto has a goal, and he wants to break down those limits to reach said goal. So at that being said, after a while of getting nothing more but rest, relaxing, as Naruto would actually be taken upon by Jiraiya, as he ends up telling Naruto about the trip that he wants to take him on. At this, Naruto, though being much more mature as well as much more intelligible, would then ask Jiraiya the real reason why he wanted him to come along, to which Jiraiya would actually begin to explain about the fact that about the Akatsuki and about everything about it. At this, Naruto wondered, was it really the good move to go, or was it better to stay here? At this, as Naruto wonders this is when Naruto actually came up with an idea. As he ends up telling Jiraiya that it's probably not a good idea to go. As he ends up telling Jiraiya that he would, of course, train under him, but he says that it's better to stay in the village. Number one, he can still get training from Guy. Number two, why would they leave the village when it was just recently attacked? I never understood that. What was the point of leaving the village when, number one, it was just recently under attack, and even with Tsunade here, most of the shinobis are going to be on duty trying to cover more territory as well as trying to heal up the village. So why did they leave the village when it's already at a critical state? And I mean, yeah, sure, there's always the possibility that the Akatsuki can attack them, but at the same time, where would Naruto be much more safer at? An area where you have pretty much Kakashi, Tsunade, Jiraiya, my guy, and pretty much the rest of top tier Jonins as well as Anbu, or an area where he's only left with Jiraiya. I don't know about y'all, but personally I feel like it would have been better if he stayed at the village. So at that, after Jiraiya of course realized that he was sort of losing a negotiable battle, he finally ends up agreeing to this, although he ends up telling his spy program to keep an eye on the Akatsuki, as well as he ends up telling at least about 25% of them, 30% of them, to actually keep an eye on Orochimaru. As after all, now that Orochimaru finally got the Sharingan, who knows what could happen next. As we now turn back to Sasuke though, Sasuke was finally given an actual curse mark now, thanks to the one that the artificial one was not even that powerful. However, Sasuke did was making a vow though, as he promised that he would take down Naruto. As this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this part to the what if with the training arc. So yeah, I hope y'all did enjoy. Now before you guys start commenting, no, no, I'm not gonna give up on Shippuden. I will still do Shippuden, but let me go ahead and run things down for you real quick. Number one, that arc is that, and the entire whole, like the entire thing of Shippuden will be taken care of really quick. And I'm not gonna go like, oh, I'm just gonna write a bad story saying, oh, this and this happened, nothing else happened, that's it. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna say this, due to the fact that literally Naruto already at this age was already posed a threat to Orochimaru. So what do you think is gonna happen when this man is 17? Yeah, I don't expect much either, dude. So yeah, prepare for Shippuden. Trust me, I'm not gonna go ahead and make the story like more extensive, and we're gonna run by it relatively quickly, but still it's gonna be really good and you guys are gonna like it. So thank you all for tuning into this What If, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now.